These are 5 ways to simplify your life. Hello and welcome to Wisdom with Kavi. As you watch this video, I want you to think about the different tips and ways that I'm going to talk about and think about what has worked for you to simplify your life, or what are some other ways that you have used to simplify your life. And I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Life these days can be very complicated. There is so much information, so much content around us. There are tasks, responsibilities, projects, friendships, and so much more. It can be confusing, frustrating, and exhausting to navigate life. Well, there was a time that I was working 3 jobs and working 60 hours a week. And apart from my day job, even now, I always have some sort of projects going on. There are always ups and downs. And there's so much to navigate, like emotions, friendships, work, projects, family. And as always, there's a lot to learn along the way. Through my journey, I have learned some ways to simplify my life, and I'm going to share 5 of those with you today in this video. The first one is declutter. Decluttering is the first step towards adopting a minimalistic lifestyle. We might think that possessing or having a lot of things makes us happier. It's actually the opposite. The more things we have, the more things we own, the busier our surrounding gets, the more stressful and chaotic our mind is going to be. Have you ever been to waiting rooms or offices that have a lot of open space? How did that make you feel? And have you ever been to indoor spaces that are really busy and cluttered? How did that make you feel? A great example of this is nature. Big parks, rivers, lakes, the vast ocean, the big sky, all of that automatically makes us feel relaxed. Many companies that have really good employee satisfaction ratings actually have really open spaces for their offices, and they have the same reasoning for that. So, how can we help us with this? It's simple. Declutter. Get rid of clutter. Go through all the things that you own and really ask the question sincerely to yourself. Do I really need this? How much of this do I use? The less clutter you have, the more peaceful you will feel. The second one is set realistic daily goals. I personally have been a victim of this one, and I still have to remind myself to work on this every day. We are programmed to do more and more and expect more and more from ourselves. Well, we live in a world that is so competitive that we're required to do more in less time. So it is natural for us to expect more from ourselves than we can actually achieve. So what I try to do is, let's say I have 5 tasks set up for a particular day. Then I ask myself this question: which are the 3 most important ones to be done that day? And then I reduce my tasks to 3. And that automatically releases some stress, and there is more chance of me finishing those tasks and feeling more fulfilled. In fact, last Wednesday, I had thought about making 2 YouTube videos for my channel, and when I realized how much work goes into making one, I had to really lower my expectations and tell myself, let's just focus on one. And that way I definitely felt more lighter and confident that I can achieve that. And so I learned from that experience, and this weekend, last night, I started working on this video, and I told myself that let's just focus on one, let's set a realistic goal for myself, and that's what I'm doing, and it is definitely makes me feel much better and much more confident. So review your daily tasks and make sure that you're not setting unrealistic task for yourself in a day, and that would definitely help you simplify your life. The third one is learn to say no. This is one of the most important lessons I've learned in my life. And being an extrovert, this was really hard to implement, actually. If you have watched the movie Yes Man, I think you know what I'm talking about here. We care about people, and that's a good thing. But when we care about people or want to please people at the expense of our own mental health, that can be a problem. We overbook ourselves because we want to say yes, or we end up going to a social gathering instead of working on ourselves or taking a much needed break. So next time someone invites you to a social gathering or an event that's in person or on Zoom like it's nowadays, ask yourself this question. Are you going to this event because you want to go for yourself, or is it because you want to oblige someone else? And then if you don't really feel like going, just sincerely say no. Last night, actually, I was invited to a virtual quiz night on Zoom, but I had committed to myself that I will work on the script of this video. So I said no to my friend, and he totally understood. The thing is, good friends will always understand. And he actually ended up saying, hey, when the lockdowns are eased down or restrictions are done, then let's go get a coffee. So I knew that he didn't take any offense and he was still interested to meet up. So it's totally okay to say no, and it actually makes your life simpler. The fourth one is be selective about the content you're consuming. This one is huge. About 8 years ago, a friend of mine asked me about a recent news event, and I had no idea what he was talking about. And then he mentioned something about a mutual friend's Facebook story, and again, I had no clue what he was on about. And then he just laughed and said, maybe that's why you're happy all the time, because you don't consume news or Facebook. I think he was probably right. We are surrounded by content everywhere, be it social media, news, WhatsApp, and other messaging apps. It is so easy to just drown in content and let it control us, or consume random content that's thrown at us all the time. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying stop consuming content. I'm saying be selective about it. Think about and know what kind of content brings inspiration, knowledge, value to your life, and then subscribe to specifically that type of content. For example, I am personally interested in personal growth and mindfulness practices, so I subscribe to channels on YouTube or podcasts related to that type of content. Now, talking about being selective about content, if you think that my videos and my content bring value and inspiration to your life, then please subscribe to my channel so you can enjoy the upcoming videos as well. And the fifth one is say it like it is. This one is personally very important to me, and my friends know how important communication is to me. Having said that, I have been passive myself on some occasions. Passive communication, or not truly expressing how you're really feeling and your real emotions, can be confusing for people, and it can complicate things even more. Communication is a tool that can be used to solve problems, generate ideas, and teach great things. What I try to practice is to say it like it is, be direct and straightforward in my communication. Well, to be honest, I was afraid to do that in the past. And the main reason was that I assumed that someone might be offended, or it might negatively impact my relationship with someone. Well, guess what? People who really care about you actually appreciate honesty and sincerity. To simplify communication, whether it's workplace, friends, or family, saying it like it is the way to go. So, those are the 5 ways I use to simplify my life. Please share your thoughts about the video in the comments below and subscribe to the channel for my upcoming videos. Thanks for watching.